Many people think age 60 is a period of decline. But what if I said it's just the beginning of the healthiest heart in your life? Because today, more and more people are entering their 60s. They're still healthy, still alert, and still with so much vitality. And especially, their hearts still beat strongly, not only physically, but mentally too. No longer as bustling as in their 30s, no longer as stressed as in their 40s. At age 60, many people begin to understand their bodies better, learning to care for their hearts, eat right, and get gentle daily exercise. And you know what? Modern medicine, wholesome foods, and a positive lifestyle are truly ushering in a genuine golden age for older adults, where cardiovascular health is not only maintained, but significantly improves. In today's video, I will share with you 5 positive trends that are changing how we enter old age, especially for the heart, our silent yet most loyal organ. If you think age 60 is the start of gradual weakening, stick around until the end, because perhaps you will find that life truly begins when we learn to live slowly and live right. Let's dive right in. And the first thing that surprises many doctors is that more and more people over 60 maintain more stable blood pressure than when they were younger. One man, 61 years old, collapsed in the bathroom with no one around, just because his blood pressure suddenly spiked. It was thought to be an age thing, but it turned out he never once measured his blood pressure after retiring. When young, few pay attention to blood pressure. People eat salty food, stay up late, worry a lot without even checking it once. Only when blood pressure soars or the heart beats irregularly do they begin to worry. But hitting 60, surprisingly, many people control their blood pressure better than in their youth. Why? Because they start listening to their bodies, having regular checkups, adjusting their lifestyles. They are no longer racing, but living slower, more steadily, and their hearts feel lighter as a result. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, older adults tend to adhere to blood pressure treatment guidelines better than younger age groups, thanks to a more stable lifestyle and being proactive about their health. Research also shows that adjusting eating, sleeping, and exercise habits after 60 significantly stabilizes blood pressure, reducing stroke and heart failure risks. Mr. Thomas, 74 years old in Ohio, once had widely fluctuating blood pressure while still working due to work pressure, irregular eating habits. But after retiring, he began measuring his blood pressure each morning, eating less salt, and practicing regular deep breathing. The result? His doctor said his blood pressure is now textbook stable. Conversely, his son, 40 years old, has high blood pressure due to work stress, little sleep, and rushed meals. Sometimes it is the father himself reminding his son, "Don't wait until you're 60 to worry about your heart, like I did." If you do not take advantage of this precious time after 60 to stabilize blood pressure, you will miss the chance to live healthily, live long, and live more peacefully. Because once blood pressure rises uncontrolled, it will silently damage the cardiovascular system, causing sudden, unannounced strokes. Every morning, measure your blood pressure and record it in a notebook. Eat moderately, limit salt, get enough sleep, and pick a light exercise you enjoy. If your doctor prescribes medication, take it on time. Do not wait for symptoms to measure. Let blood pressure control become part of your self-care routine. Age 60 is not the end point, but the time you begin to understand and truly cherish your heart. And that very thing, in turn, makes this period become quietly and genuinely golden. And when blood pressure has been more stably controlled, the next step to keep the heart healthy is precisely adjusting daily eating habits. An older person could pass away just from a familiar meal they have every day: cold cuts, French fries, and soda. Their heart could stop before they even get to say goodbye. After 60, eating is no longer a habit, but a survival tool or a silent killer. When young people eat quickly to get to work on time, eat salty foods for stronger flavor, drink soda thinking, "What's the harm?" But age comes with a quiet reminder from the body, "I'm tired. Please take it easy on me." At this point, many people start paying attention to every bite, not out of obligation, but because they clearly feel its impact on their heart. Just one salty meal can make the heart race all night. A greasy meal makes them feel chest tightness. And they understand eating is no longer about taste, but how they talk to their heart each day. According to Harvard School of Public Health, a diet rich in green vegetables, good fats from fish, nuts, olive oil, along with reducing salt, sugar, and processed foods can significantly reduce cardiovascular disease risk, especially in people over 60. Maintaining good nutrition helps control blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, factors closely linked to heart health. Madam Carroll, 76 years old in Washington, used to eat whatever she wanted because she lived alone. But after a high blood pressure episode requiring hospitalization, her doctor advised her to try the Mediterranean diet. She started eating grilled fish, steamed vegetables, fruits, and using olive oil. After 3 months, the doctor said, "Your heart is smiling." She recounts, now cooking is no longer a boring task, but a way she takes care of herself. Conversely, Mr. Greg, 80 years old in Texas, still ate cold cuts and fried foods daily because he was used to it. And not long after, he suffered angina due to high cholesterol, requiring long-term treatment. If you still eat like you did in your 40s, your heart will react like it's 80. And once the heart is weak, no single meal can fix it instantly. Meals don't just go through your stomach, they go straight to your heart, day by day. Start by replacing regular salt with reduced sodium salt. Eat vegetables with every meal. Choose fruit instead of cake. Use vegetable oil instead of animal butter. If you find it hard to change alone, go on. Invite a loved one to try a week of heart-healthy eating together. It's small but consistent. You'll notice a difference. Age 60 gives you the privilege to choose every bite carefully, not for fear of illness, but because you begin to live with gratitude. Grateful for a heart that's beaten tirelessly for so many years. And now it's time you repay it with a truly wholesome meal. And when eating has become healthier, you will find your body lighter, more comfortable, ready for the next essential, regular daily exercise. Every day you don't exercise is a day your heart weakens, often without warning. And one morning it might just stop, with no chance for a goodbye. When young, exercise is often take it or leave it. Packed work schedules, busy kids. Where's the time for a walk or stretch? But after 60, when children are grown, work eases, and suddenly there's more time. Many don't yet realize it's prime time for regular exercise. Some think, now I'm old, exercise won't change anything. But in fact, with just 15 to 30 minutes a day, their hearts can become healthier than even 10 years prior. According to the CDC in the United States, people aged 65 and older should maintain at least 150 minutes of light to moderate activity per week to reduce cardiovascular disease risk. Simple exercises like walking, yoga, swimming, or stretching at home can improve blood circulation, stabilize blood pressure, and boost heart endurance. Mr. Marvin, 78 years old in Oregon, used to just sit and watch TV all day. After his doctor suggested walking 20 minutes each morning, he tried and kept at it. 6 months later, his heart beat steadier, his blood pressure stabilized, and what he was proudest of was, "I'm no longer winded when climbing stairs." Conversely, Madam Linda, 80 years old in Florida, avoided exercise, fearing falls. Then her heart gradually weakened, not due to old age, but because her heart no longer got its daily wake-up from a gentle walk. If you don't exercise, your heart will gradually forget how to contract flexibly. Every inactive day means the heart supports an increasingly sluggish body. And when you want to exercise again, it can be too late. Your heart might not be strong enough to keep pace. Every morning before breakfast, walk around the house for 10 to 15 minutes. If you can't go out, stretch lightly, lift your legs, practice deep breathing by the window. Choose exercises that you find gentle, easy to maintain, and link them to a set time daily, forming a solid habit. At 60, you don't need to run fast or chase records. Just keep a steady pace, because every step you take today protects your heart for tomorrow. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, why not drop a 3 in the comments below to let me know? And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on new videos. Your support means the world and helps us keep creating helpful and inspiring content. Once your body is moving regularly and your heart is getting stronger daily, there's one silent factor that with a huge impact on your heart you shouldn't overlook: stress. People often think heart attacks come from cholesterol, forgetting that a surge of anger while reading the news can be enough to stop your heart. For so many years, many lived under pressure: work, children, home, social responsibilities. Those stresses accumulated silently, gnawing at every blood vessel, every heartbeat, unbeknownst to us. But after 60, having stepped out of that grind, many realize they can finally breathe properly for the first time. No more late nights worrying about bills, no need to brace themselves for meetings. Instead, they can spend a whole morning brewing tea, admiring the garden. The miracle is that very peace heals the heart more than any medicine. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, prolonged stress increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. However, studies also show older adults are better at managing emotions and stress than younger people, thanks to life experience, acceptance, and a calmer perspective on issues that no longer seem as critical as they once did. Madam Helen, 82 years old in Vermont, used to be an extreme worrier. But after retiring, she started light meditation each morning. No phone, no TV, just birdsong and her breath. 6 months later, her doctor reported her blood pressure had completely stabilized without needing more medication. Conversely, Mr. Daniel, 79 years old in California, though older, still stuck to his habit of reading news all day, getting upset about politics. Those stresses caused him a sudden angina attack, a wake-up call that sometimes the best thing for the heart is to pay less mind. If you carry a lifetime of anxieties into your 60s, your heart will never get a rest. It will beat faster with every irritation, clench with every fear. And then, when the heart's endurance runs out, it's not medicine, but inner peace that can save you. Every day, spend at least 10 minutes sitting quietly, breathing slowly, or simply gazing aimlessly outdoors. Write in a gratitude journal, listen to soft music, garden, or call an old friend. The key isn't what you do, but doing it calmly without rushing. At this age, you don't need to seek peace far and wide. Just pay less mind to unworthy things and cherish what remains. Because sometimes the heart needs rest, to have enough strength to love the road ahead. With a calm mind and a light body, the final crucial step you can't skip is proactively scheduling regular heart health checkups. The first heart attack could also be the last. And if you wait for it to happen before seeing a doctor, you might not get another chance to go. Many of us have thought, not tired yet, no need for a checkup, especially with heart disease, which often lurks silently, without clear symptoms until something happens. But today, older adults are starting to change. They proactively ask doctors about heart screenings, get regular ECGs, cholesterol tests, and frequent blood pressure checks. They understand prevention is no longer a distant concern, but a way to keep living healthily and not passively. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, NHLBI, in the United States, early heart disease screening, including lipid panels, echocardiograms, and blood pressure monitoring, helps detect hidden risks, thereby significantly reducing mortality from coronary artery diseases in people over 60. Thanks to greater awareness, many older adults today live longer, better quality lives by proactively caring for their hearts early on. Mr. Raymond, 76 years old in Colorado, had no symptoms, but still got heart checkups every 6 months because you can never be too careful. Thanks to this, his doctor found a slight irregular heartbeat and intervened promptly with simple medication. Conversely, Madam Patricia, 79 years old in Georgia, thought she was healthy, hadn't had a checkup in 5 years. One morning she felt dizzy and collapsed. Turned out it was due to narrowed coronary arteries she never knew she had. She said, "If only I'd gotten checked sooner." If you keep waiting until your heart races, you're short of breath, or you faint before getting checked, it can sometimes be too late. Heart issues don't always announce themselves with pain, but with a frightening silence. And a single delay could mean the rest of your life spent in the hospital. Schedule regular heart checkups every 6 months to a year. Measure blood pressure at home weekly. Check cholesterol and heart rate when possible. If you feel dizzy, short of breath, or palpitations, don't ignore it. Note it down for your doctor. Be proactive because your heart deserves care sooner rather than later. At 60, you're mature enough not to leave things to chance. And right now, what your heart needs most isn't endurance, but timely attention from the person who understands it best, you. And if tomorrow morning you wake up a bit earlier than usual, make yourself a cup of tea, then sit on your porch, listening to your heartbeat slowly, yet fully. Then you are embracing your 60s in the most beautiful way, with autonomy, self-love, and self-respect. Your heart, even after beating for decades, can still be healthy if you give it the conditions to recover. A wholesome meal, a leisurely walk, and a soul no longer weighed down by worries with every beat. 60 is when you have the right to choose, to rest without guilt, to exercise gently without needing achievements, to live by your own heart's rhythm, slow yet fulfilling. If this video has eased your mind a bit, please share it with your partner, an old friend, or your children and grandchildren, so they can see old age isn't scary if we know how to love our bodies correctly. And if you're on a journey to keep your heart healthy, please share a few lines below. We'd love to hear your story, because who knows, your experience might just be the motivation someone else needs to keep going. May you always keep a warm heart, one that not only beats strongly, but also beats with the joy and the peace you deserve in the most beautiful stage of life.